and welcome to episode 969, nice, of the Player One podcast for Tuesday,
What do you mean,
June
nice?
24th. What's that?
We need another 6,000 episodes, so it's 69.
69, dudes.
Oh, it's a Bill and Ted reference.
It's a Bill and Ted reference.
It's a Bill
yeah.
and Ted the movie reference.
That's the one.
I've seen that movie.
I believe that film is, the official title is Bill and Ted, the movie.
The movie, yeah.
Bill and Ted Colden Blow, the movie.
That's... Well, that... Yes.
Yeah. That's a Phil Hartman SNL commercial.
It was.
Yeah.
But Bill and Ted weren't involved in that.
Bill and Ted were not involved in that, no.
No.
Nor were Wayne and Garth.
No, those
SNL.
are separate people.
Separate, yeah. Anyway, for Tuesday, June 24th, 2025, I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Yellow.
How's it going?
CJ,
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
you know what I miss?
I don't know sometimes. What?
Do you know what I miss?
That clean 5.0 you used to drive.
Yeah, you do. Vanilla Ice happened to come on my my playlist today, and that's just thinking about how CJ and I used to hang out on deadlines, usually being one of the last two people there, and CJ would put on, what was the name of that album? Ice Live?
Vanilla Ice Live. Yeah. Ice Live. The live album from Vanilla Ice.
For that one concert he did.
To the Extreme was not in itself enough of Vanilla Ice. Then
There was never enough Ice Live.
Ice Live. So we played it, and there was a track called Rollin' in My 5.0, I believe. That begins with, you know what I miss?
You know what I miss? That clean 5.0 you used to ride around.
I just like how you skip to any song, any track in that CD, and it starts with, "Aw, yeah."
You did too. It was great.
So why were you two the last two in the office working on EGM?
Because we were losers. Didn't have anywhere to go.
Procrastinating.
Was it because you were sitting around listening to Vanilla Ice instead of working?
That's exactly what it was.
That would do it.
Yeah.
No, I think that we were way more productive than Game Now.
I don't know. It just sounds like you have worse time
All
management.
you guys
if
did
you're
was
there.
just reprint the same Final Fantasy VIII screenshot over and over again.
If you're there in the middle of the night, that just speaks to poor time management.
I don't
More
know.
than
Well,
I really
lack of
feel
effort.
like it speaks to more a lack of life.
Oh, oh.
That's right.
Well, not a problem we have to worry about these days. Anyway, you want to talk about video games for 2 hours?
Yeah, let's do that. Joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
Oh, hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Good.
I'm fine.
Nice Tetris shirt there. I like.
Thanks.
The
I shoplifted
classic.
it.
Excellent.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I purchased the. This is a, you know what though? This is a
Is it-
Uniqlo shirt. I got this from
Oh, okay.
a while ago. Uniqlo had a Tetris collaboration.
Yeah.
And
Tetris
I purchased
collab.
it legally at that point.
Did you just wink at the camera?
No, you would know if I
Legally.
did because I would have said wink as well.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of
Wink.
difficulty winking unless I'm actually speaking the word. Wink.
Wink.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying.
Let's talk about some video games
I have the
stuff.
same problem when I glance back and forth suspiciously.
Glance. Our boss is not White Tiger.
There it
Rumble
is.
in the Bronx, which, by the way,
Yeah.
that movie's so good.
Yeah,
So good.
you bet it is.
I need to watch that again. I haven't watched Rumble in the Bronx in a long time.
It's a good
Same.
movie.
To load that up.
I
Yeah.
watched that with my kids. I don't think they'll like it, but I still want to watch it.
I watched Weird Science recently.
Ooh,
I've never seen that movie.
Never seen Weird Science.
gonna lose a bet or something?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Weird Science is a funny John Hughes movie. It's funny.
Is it though?
It's funny.
Is it though?
Not really. But it's got some good bits in there. And Bill Paxton turns into a giant piece of poo.
Dookie. You can
Dookie.
say it.
That's right. So it's fun.
That's
Anyway,
certainly something.
Yeah.
It is certainly something. Let's talk video games.
Which one?
Donkey Kong
All of them.
Bonanza. How about that one?
Oh,
Did you watch?
Yeah.
Did you watch the direct? There was a direct last week on
I did
Donkey
not.
Kong Bonanza.
Well, good
15
news, Greg,
minutes.
We're watching it now.
Mhm.
We are. I have it playing here. Yes. And the big reveal, although it was spoiled by some key art that went out early, is that Donkey Kong's sidekick in the game is Pauline.
Yes.
Wait,
In
what?
the game. Did you
Oh.
not? Did you
I
not
didn't know
get that,
Did you-
Greg?
did you
I didn't
miss all
watch it.
this?
I didn't watch it.
Greg has somehow
Watch it.
missed all of this.
Yeah.
Well, get
Wow.
ready, buddy.
Get ready. So the purple rock named Odd Rock. The spoiler is that Odd Rock is actually Pauline,
Okay.
Yeah. a chibi young version
Well,
of.
it's like tween.
It's like tween Pauline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she sings in this as well, and
Here we go,
helps
Greg. Get
DK
ready for the big
along the way.
reveal.
There, she
Oh
turns
my
into
gosh.
Pauline. Boom.
Look at that. She's got some baggy jeans.
Just rewriting history.
And her rewriting history.
There are people who are legit upset about this disrupting
really?
Donkey Kong lore.
There are people who are, because they're like, well, which one is Cranky Kong? Cranky Kong is in this, but I thought Cranky Kong was Donkey Kong.
He was
So,
originally.
but if Pauline was in the arcade Donkey Kong, then what?
Is this Pauline's daughter?
Is this the real Pauline?
Is
or
this some sort of multiversal young Pauline?
is Cranky Kong a fraud? These and more will be answered by no podcast in particular, because we're not going to go into that.
It'll be answered by nobody, because who friggin' cares?
That's also true. I have not cared about lore in most video games for a long time.
people getting all hung up on like Zelda lore, and especially friggin' Mario lore.
Mario lore, yeah.
Come on.
I'm going to go ahead and say I find the Zelda lore explanations fascinating. But
Really?
people who are
You
way
mean the
more,
logic
way more
leaps?
into it than me, I just like reading what they come up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't roll my eyes at that. It's like, okay, it's interesting to see how they make the connections. I like lore in games, but not enough that it ruins a game if, like, let's say a new Donkey Kong game has Pauline in it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't care. But,
Yeah.
some
The
series
only
is fun.
video
It's
game
fun to read about.
lore that matters is that Dig Dug is Mr. Driller's dad.
That is-
Everything else.
but what if you found out that wasn't actually true, Phil?
Oh my gosh, what?
You mean a fictional story? Something might change in a new version of a fictional story? How crazy.
My goodness.
That's why I never cared about Lost theories so much. The television show Lost, which I enjoy quite a bit.
yeah.
So many like fan and a lot of people upset that they never explained anything. I really didn't care. I just enjoyed the television show and got on with my life. But yeah, so DK Bonanza, there was some
Did you know that Mr. Driller's mom is the main character from Baraduke?
I did not know that. Is that true?
That is actually true. Also, her and Dig Dug are divorced. They got divorced after Mr. Driller was born.
Okay.
That is all.
That
That is all
explains-
100% true lore.
Thank goodness
Drill
he wasn't
land.
born out of wedlock.
No.
That would be a
See the
bridge too
headline
far.
now.
Mr. Driller is not a bastard.
Okay.
Wow.
Show title.
That's the term. That's a legitimate term.
Bastard, 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 bastard.
There it is. See,
Bastard, 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 bastard.
you're well within your rights to say it. Anyway, what were we talking about? Some sort of monkey?
I don't know. CJ's having some kind of episode.
You okay?
He's grabbing his throat.
He is.
Excuse me.
There
Anyway,
we go.
I'm back.
Okay.
Kind of. So yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct. I thought this was great. A great presentation. I thought this game looks really good after this direct. There were like a lot of levels that they hadn't shown yet that look beautiful. This is very clearly, the Mario Odyssey team's next thing, even if Nintendo's not saying it. It looks great. I think it looks awesome, and I can't wait to play it on July 17th.
You can do all the turf surfing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do
chunk jumping.
All the chunk jumps. Yes.
I'm very much looking forward to this game.
Me too. And there had been some sentiment that maybe it wasn't going to be as good based on the April 2nd direct.
Like
and
Tropic Thunder or Tropic Thunder. Was that the Donkey Kong game?
That's a movie.
That's a movie. What am I thinking
Freeze.
of?
Tropical Freeze.
Yes. People thought it wasn't going to be as good as Donkey Kong 3 because we have not seen young Stanley the Bugman in this.
Oh, yes, we need to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this looks great. And yeah, people who had played the hands-on demo and the events that Nintendo had, they weren't playing the whole game. It was just a demo. So, of course, it wasn't as exciting as this is going to be. So, yeah, and you have Cranky Kong and Rambi and Dixie's in this as well. Donkey Kong Country fans rejoice. It's continuing the lore from that game, apparently.
Did you guys ever play the second and third Donkey Kong Country games?
No.
A bit.
Me neither.
Not really.
I really enjoyed the first one, but then I moved on to Saturn.
I just didn't like the Donkey Kong Country games. I'm sorry. 90s kids.
The first one was all right.
I thought the first one was a lot of fun.
I got about halfway through the first one and realized I wasn't having fun and stopped.
It got pretty freaking hard.
Well, it's a rare game.
I stopped having fun at that point. And as you know, I enjoyed Donkey Kong 64, which...
That's weird.
I'm not sure if I stand by that today. It's not on NSO, so I can't play it.
I can't imagine you would.
I can't imagine I would either. Just the collectathon, which at the time I thought was okay. I don't think I'll.
It was that game was terrible from the word go.
Yeah.
I feel like that game was a great example of the hype being more important than the game.
Quite possible. But this looks great.
Yes, it does.
Kong Bananza, I'm really, really, really.
I mean, the last couple Donkey Kong games have been really good too. I mean, they didn't look anything like this. Obviously, they were side scrollers pretty much, but yeah, no, I think this looks a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It certainly does. And that's our show for this week.
Mm-hmm. Good night, everybody.
So, other story here is that third-party Switch 2 games sales have started off slow, with one publisher commenting that they have sold below their lowest estimates. I don't know that there's anything here really to talk about, so we're just going to go on.
Were these games that were released on the key cards?
The key cards, yeah. And there's some speculation on the internet that the reason that they didn't sell is because they're on game key cards. I'm not sure that's true, though.
I mean, that might be a little bit of why.
It might be part of it, but the other part
to that
is that aside from Mario Kart World, all the other games are years old.
Yes,
and or not new, and have possibly been played on other platforms before.
And also, I mean, if you're not rich, the economy sucks right now.
That's also true. And you just spent $500.
Less money to spend.
You just spent $500 on a game system, or 800 Canadian or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
It's asking a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. And on top of that, with those limited dollars that are left over, you're competing with Mario Kart World.
And not to mention also, I mean, this is a new platform, but everything's backwards compatible as well. So you're also
that's a good
sort
point
of like when a new platform comes out, oftentimes, you'll buy a bunch of new games because nothing's backwards compatible, or at least in the past, that was the case. Now it's like, well, okay, I bought the new platform, but I have all these other games that I can play, including the upgrades to the Zelda stuff and all of that stuff. So I don't know that this is such a big thing, and someone said that this report isn't exactly true. Matt Piscatella from Circana came on and said, actually, like in the US, the sales of third-party games on Switch 2 are better than they were on Switch 1 for the launch. So
but that doesn't necessarily mean they met expectations.
Doesn't necessarily mean
because
that, right?
I mean, I would go ahead and guess where the Switch 1 was coming off directly off the failure that was the Wii U.
Right. The expectations were probably very low.
Pretty low, right?
Yeah.
So, but now we're coming off like one of the most popular consoles of all time. Is it the highest selling? It's pretty high selling.
It's gotta be close. It's gotta be close. Yeah.
You know, your estimates are going to be high for that. So I don't know that one has much to do with the other, but anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm not paid for any of that anyway, so he probably knows more than I do.
It could be. Could be. Well, we're just going to jump right into what you've been playing then, because really there's not much else news-wise to talk about. So, Phil, what have you been playing?
Played some more Mario Kart. That's a fun game.
Yo, how come you didn't respond to my game chat request?
Yeah,
Phil.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, was that you?
That was me.
I was playing the other day and saw a game chat response or request pop up.
Yeah,
and I ignored it because
you did ignore it. I sat there.
I didn't know who sent it, and I couldn't be arsed to pause my game to find out who was trying to chat with me.
Yeah, I wanted to try game chat, the hot new thing that all the kids are doing.
Here's my other problem. Aside from not wanting to talk to you specifically, CJ,
I figured.
So I tried to set up game chat when the system came out, and it because I have my son has an account. You know, on a Nintendo account that's tethered to mine.
Yeah.
And he is...
Is he bedtime?
Bedtime.
You should use that mute button.
I did. I used the... I'm sorry.
He did.
I used the mute button on my Stream Deck.
Oh my gosh.
Normally that works. Apparently
that didn't work.
Sorry.
Not today. That's okay. That's okay. Go be a dad. My gosh.
Yeah.
But because Finn has an account and he is 13, I guess that's still considered too young for whatever account system Nintendo has. It wanted me to, like, I tried to set up game chat and it wanted me to start getting the parental, the Nintendo parent app involved somehow.
Oh, okay.
Have you, because I mean, your kid's the same age as mine.
Yeah.
Does she have an account on your Switch?
No.
Okay. See, that's because there was, a young person on my Nintendo account. It's like, oh, you got to download the parental control app and, make approvals and things like that. And I was just like, I don't want to do all that.
Okay.
So
I can understand that. Yeah.
I got to figure something out. I got to see if there's a way to bypass that or what.
Because it was weird when I first set up game chat. It asks you who, like, it shows you your friends list and then says, okay, which of this list do you want to be able to receive chat invites from? And I'm like, I don't know, like everybody, I guess, like. It's fine. Why would I specifically say no to particular people? I don't know.
Maybe you have, well, you know what? Maybe you put a bunch of podcast listeners,
which I did,
on your account who you don't actually know.
Yes.
But, they listened to the show like 8 years ago. So you added them to the account because they put in a request and maybe they stopped listening to the show. You don't know who they are.
I have a lot of that.
Maybe you don't.
I'm sure you do too.
I'm sure I do. So maybe you don't want a bunch of what are essentially randos at this point.
Yeah.
Reaching out to yell slurs at you or whatever.
Well, I just wouldn't accept the chat invite then.
I guess so. Well, maybe
if I didn't know who was chatting me,
yeah,
I wouldn't accept it. Just like I'd be all Phil about it.
I mean, I just was like, I don't want to. I have no time for this.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I tried to set it up, but then it was all like, oh, you got to tether it to the app, and then you got to start like doing all these like approvals and things like that. And I was just, this is not worth it for the amount of time that I will probably realistically use the voice chat.
Yeah.
Which is next to never. So I'll tinker around with it and see if I can figure it out. And
then we can chat.
Yeah. And then we can just, I mean, we're chatting right now. What do you want to say?
I guess we're Hi, Phil. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing.
Just playing some Mario Kart. What are you doing?
Hey, me too.
Oh, cool.
This game's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah.
You want to race?
Should add more costumes for.
That's what you know what, when you did hit me up, what I was doing at that point was spamming coins to unlock vehicles. Because I have now unlocked.
How do you spam coins?
Well, this is why, because I've unlocked all the vehicles in the game now. So what you do, and you know, this is very much a do this while you're sitting there watching TV or something activity. You go into the open world map. You drive around for a little bit.
I have a feeling I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's very simple. You drive around for a little bit. It should only take you about 2 minutes driving around before you find a NPC car.
Yeah.
Driven by a toad or a shy guy.
Sure.
That is dragging 3 coins behind it.
Yeah.
And then you start following that car, and you got to kind of pace yourself. You go and you pick up the couple coins, and then you either slow down a bit or maybe swerve out of the way. The coins will respawn, and then you just go bling, 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 pick them up again. And you can just, you know, if you like maybe fishtail behind that car, you can get into a pattern of just picking up coins, letting it respawn, pick it up, let it respawn. And you just drive around like that for like an hour.
Oh, no.
And
I'd rather play the game. I'd rather play more
in the game.
No, I want to just play Mario Kart World. And have fun playing the game.
Now I have following it.
I didn't have to follow a toad.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. You do it while you're watching a TV show or something. You don't just sit there and do it. You just, you know.
I love describing games as a chore.
Yeah. you know how like, you know, you'll play fun. You know, people talk about podcast games. Oh, this is just a mindless game I'm playing while I'm listening to a podcast.
Sure.
It's the same deal.
I'm pretty sure in that situation, it's more like it's a mindless podcast I'm listening to while I play a game I like.
Wait, are you describing this podcast?
It really depends.
Absolutely.
It really depends on the podcast and the game, I suppose.
I would much rather play the game than...
I mean, I was playing the game.
Then do that. I mean, I guess you are, but...
How was I not playing the game?
I mean, Knockout Tour is really
and now
fun.
I got all the... now I got all the cards. And then I was going around farming costumes. I was getting costumes.
But you can do that while playing the game, too.
Again, I was playing the game.
Okay, all right.
I'm exploring the map.
And this is fun?
The little food stands.
Question mark. Is this fun?
So the food stands, though, like that's still randomized, right? I mean, that's more of a volume play than anything else.
No, isn't it the location you are?
It's not really randomized.
Really?
I mean, certain food stands in certain areas will give you certain types of food.
Yeah.
And certain types of food will unlock costumes for specific characters.
It's randomized within a certain subset of costumes, I guess, in a way.
There is
not really
minor bit of randomization because like some food stands will maybe offer like 2 or 3 different types of food.
Okay.
So you will say get a hamburger when you need a pizza. but then all you have to do is
happens to me all the time.
Wait 2 seconds and pick up another little bag, and then it will give you a pizza.
I really don't like that process for unlocking costumes.
Well,
I don't mind it because I'm just playing the video game and still unlocking costumes. I am, however, switching characters a lot more so that I actually do unlock some of these other costumes, because you do have to eat the food or pick up the food while you are playing as a certain character.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, so I was going around unlocking a bunch of costumes and having fun doing so, CJ.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Not gonna say anything bad about that, but
I'm sorry I didn't chat with you, but I was having fun.
You're watching a TV show.
I got a bunch of costumes.
That's good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite costume?
Oh boy. Toad has a really good one where his head is now a big hamburger.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Toadette has one where her head is a big scoop of ice cream.
Nice.
Also great. There's a really good vampire Waluigi.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And Wario has a good one where he's wearing like a sultan outfit. He looks like Jasmine's dad from Aladdin.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, but it's all gold, as you would expect.
Nice.
So there are some good costumes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Dustin McKenzie in our chat points out Road Warrior Wario, and there's an equivalent Waluigi as well.
Oh yeah.
So you got kind of like the Mad Max looking outfits, which are fantastic.
That's cool.
Yeah. There's some good costumes in that game.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
So you've mainly been playing the free roam then. Have you been?
I've been doing the free roam to get unlockables and do just tooling around until I find a little question mark button to do those challenges. So
I see.
Yeah.
I've been playing Knockout Tour, like I said, and also I played I finished all of the courses on 100cc.
Oh, see, I got to do that too.
And did the unveiling of Rainbow Road.
Nice.
Or like
that's cool.
The next thing, which was cool.
That Rainbow Road course is
very nice.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The lead up to it is so good. Before you actually take off into the sky.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
It's a good game. It's a really good game. I think I do like it more than Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Deluxe.
Well, there you go.
I'll like it even more once they put out Nintendo related characters for it.
Have they
said? You mean like they should have at launch?
They have not said anything. No.
Okay, because I see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, when they start doing DLC," but nothing's been officially announced like that, right?
No, I assume they're doing it, but I would not shock me if they never do.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like 5 years from now, we get some kind of like course DLC thing. Yeah.
Right.
But there's a lot going on in the races right now. Like all the shortcuts and wall riding that you can do. Like there's a lot happening, and I haven't entirely gotten my head around everything you can do.
I'm not good.
I'm not good either.
No. I
was better at Mario Kart 8 than I was, or than I am at this.
I cannot pull off the little super jump
no.
Effectively.
I can do it, but not when I mean to. I mean, not in a like clutch situation where like a shell is about to hit me or something. Like, yeah.
So, I definitely am not good at that sort of thing. So,
no, I want to be better at it, but
practice makes perfect. CJ, I don't know if you've heard.
I have made it. So I played Knockout Tour. We played on Friday with some podcast listeners, which is great fun. And then I played just in a random online lobby. And I did get to the top 4, but I got 4th, of course. Knockout tour. It's an enjoyable mode, though. It is chaotic, to say the least.
Well, yeah.
Anyway.
So I've been playing that. I played some more Yakuza 0.
I'm on chapter 4. Where are you?
Oh my goodness, you're just trucking through that game.
I am.
Of course, you never finished Infinite Wealth, right?
No, I did not finish Infinite Wealth. I have to go back and do that.
Disappointing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still in chapter 2.
I see.
Of Yakuza 0. So
I know that the series has always been a little bit strange. It's had its eccentricities.
Yeah.
And there's a plot point in this where, so far anyway, Yakuza 0, it's been fairly above board, like normal Yakuza.
Right.
And then I got to this point where, Majima, when you meet him, he's the manager of the Grand, which is a club in Sotenbori.
Mm-hmm.
And he is spying on a rival club called the Odyssey. You go into the Odyssey and you pretend to be a customer.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bit in it where it's like, okay, move the camera around to look at different things in the environment. And I'm like moving the camera around, and Majima saying, "Oh, you like this group is businessmen, or like this is clearly like an entertainment based customer or something." And then there's a guy in a diaper dancing in the hallway.
Yeah.
Like doing a really crazy dance. And it's like the characters out of Yakuza 7, like Dragon. It's like the
right. It's not the same like guy, is it?
It might be. It might be the same guy. But anyway, you look at him and Majima is like, what is going on here? And at first I didn't see the guy in the diaper dancing around. So I was just looking. And as soon as that came on the screen, I was like, I did a double take. Like, what?
You should be used to this right now.
The first seed of something weird / eccentric in Yakuza 0 that I have seen. So, and I love the series for all of that weird stuff. So,
you know that guy? Have you run into that guy in Infinite Wealth?
I probably have.
Okay,
it's more memorable. It's more memorable here. More memorable here because so far the game has been like above board.
But you know what? If you had finished Infinite Wealth, you would not say it's more memorable here because he is involved in a subquest.
Oh,
a side mission in Infinite Wealth that I kid you not had me crying a bit.
Oh, really? Okay,
because it was so beautiful.
Okay, I believe it. I need to get back to Infinite Wealth.
That side mission had me cracking up and then straight into like wiping away tears.
Excellent.
You got to play that game, man.
I do. I really do. I'm enjoying Yakuza 0 quite a bit.
Yes. Though. Yes, it is very good.
Yeah.
I just need to sit down and spend more time with it.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know what? I tried to play the Mina the Hollower demo.
Yeah.
I warned you when we talked about it last week. I warned you.
The concept of limited time demo is so stupid.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Steam Next Fest. It is only a week long.
Yeah.
Almost everybody pulls their demos after that point.
Why?
I don't know.
What's the reason?
Because the focus is come to the store page during this particular week and play it during this week. That's the call to action.
Okay.
You did not do that.
Well, what's the benefit here? I did it like the day after I was able to and denied.
You should have made time, Phil.
Why?
Time.
What is the
I don't know.
What's the benefit?
I don't know. Ask Yacht Club Games.
What's the benefit? Because you know what? I got to play the Ninja Gaiden demo. I can still play that.
That's true. Yeah. That is available. And they said that on their page in the news that it would be up until the game release.
Yeah, that
seems
like the way to do it.
And then it would be gone.
That seems like, well, you know what? That seems like the way to do a demo. Have the demo available until the game is available. So anyone can try it.
The idea of the demo is it's just a taste so that you add it to your wish list and then you get excited about the full release.
Yeah, later. That's great. I'm always excited about a full release.
But I mean, as you know, wish lists only work during Steam Next Fest week. You can't put on a wish list after that.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I guess adding Mina the Hollower to my wish list now is pointless.
It means nothing.
Is that it?
No.
Well, I'm just saying, limited time demo, stupid as shit.
It happens.
Shame on you.
Steam Next Fest 3 times a year. Almost every developer that participates does exactly what Yacht Club Games did.
Well, if every developer jumped off a bridge, would you do it as well, CJ?
Yeah, I'd think about it.
Yeah, see? It's a dumb
It's
dumb
to
idea.
Encourage people to come and play the games during this particular week. That's the whole idea.
What's the importance of that particular week?
This conversation's awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's Steam Next Fest, Phil. That's the end.
Yeah, exactly. It means nothing.
It means nothing.
Yeah, so I didn't get to play Mina the Hollower, so you know what? Screw that game. I'm not buying it now.
Warned
Good
you
job
on the last podcast. That was the case.
Good job, Yacht Club. You demoed yourself out of a sale. That's not true.
We all know you're still buying it. We all know you'll probably buy it twice.
Did you back it on Kickstarter?
No.
Okay.
I did not.
But you're definitely buying it.
Yeah, of course I'm going to play it. Come on. I just wish I could have played the demo.
Well,
but I did play
on it earlier. In fact, I think it actually went up earlier. It went up during summer.
CJ's really friggin' in love with the idea of taking away demos.
It went up like 4 days early. It went up during the Jeff Keighley presentation.
Well, if it went up early, why can't it stay around later?
I don't know. Ask Yacht Club
your
Games.
way out of that one, buddy.
It could have.
Good Lord. Yeah, it certainly could have.
Well, it didn't.
I don't know why you're so in love with the idea of keeping demos out of people's hands.
I'm not.
But
yeah,
you're sure defending it like a guy who is. But I did play the Ninja Gaiden Ragebound demo. Which is a very good game.
Right?
That's a video game, let me tell you.
It is exactly. It's just, I mean, it doesn't play exactly like Ninja Gaiden did on the NES.
No,
but the spirit, you did get what I meant last week by like the spirit is there. Like it's just, super precise, like razor sharp controls. Like, I've been thinking about it ever since I played it.
It is great fun. It is challenging, but not frustrating.
Yeah.
And, it looks great. It sounds great. I am super into it and very much looking forward to playing this. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's good.
Yeah. I need to play that.
It's real good.
Really do.
And you can, luckily. There's a demo available.
I downloaded it.
And you can still play it too. I downloaded the Mina demo, but got a little sorry. You can't play this anymore when I tried to load it up.
Sucker.
No problem with the Ninja Gaiden demo, so that's great. I'll wish list that game. Help them out.
You have both games wish listed, probably.
Oh, yeah, of course I do.
Yeah.
Come on. But is really good. And you know what? I liked it so much, I bought the company.
Was your name Cy Sperling?
I didn't like it that much, but I did like it so much that I bought one of the company's previous games.
Oh.
Because this is the people who made the Blasphemous games.
Yes.
Which I have never played. But I did pick up the first Blasphemous. Is currently on sale on Steam for like $3.
Nice. Okay.
And I said, you know what? I'll try that out for $3. So I picked it up. I played a little bit of that. I didn't put that on my what I've been playing list because I didn't play all that much of it. And I don't know how much more I am going to play. Blasphemous looks like a game that I would get immediately hooked on. It looks like it's right up my alley. Because I mean, it looks like Dead Cells is what it looks like. But it's got that like Souls inspiration going on.
Yeah.
And it's not clicking with me because of that. So, I mean, it's good.
Doesn't Dead Cells have that Souls inspiration? Like, what aspect of it are you specifically like not clicking with? Is it the art style? Is it the
art? No, it's not really the art style. It's made to be super difficult.
Oh, okay. Well, makes more sense.
Which, I mean, Dead Cells is, but not to this extreme.
And you can tune it. You can tune Dead Cells.
Yeah, that is also true. It's also got just like a lot of that kind of like Souls like vibe to the tone and the story.
Yeah,
that kind of like gothic horror type thing, which is just not my bag.
Gotcha.
So I'm just like, I'm not as into the kind of the tone of the thing. Yeah, so I mean it seems very good, but it's not something's not clicking with me.
Okay.
I mean, I'll play it some more, but I don't see myself
it happens
getting into it as much as I did with Dead Cells. And
that'd
probably
be a tall order.
Probably not with Ninja Gaiden, which was really good. I'm very excited about that game. And I hope the Shinobi game is equally as good.
Me too.
We're getting a lot of old school ninja games coming back. So
it's about time.
Scott Pilgrim EX.
Yeah, that was not a ninja game though.
We didn't talk about it, but a lot of like licenses and old school things coming back.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very excited about that new Scott Pilgrim game too. My goodness.
It looks great.
And that's Tribute Games, right? Doing that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm all into that as well.
Cool.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Excellent, Phil.
Yes.
Well, I've been playing some video games on my Switch too.
Oh, like what?
Like Yakuza 0.
A good one.
And Mario Kart World. And some Sega Master System / Genesis Picross. Since I never finished it, I'm working on. I've almost got the second Clip Picross puzzle done, and I've started on the third.
What is the second one?
Sonic.
Oh, okay.
So it's Column, Sonic, and Streets of Rage.
Yes.
And I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
But I've spent a lot of time playing Picross on the Switch too.
As well you should.
And wondering why it doesn't support mouse control. Which, by the way, I loaded up Fortnite on the Switch too.
Yeah.
Fortnite does allow for mouse control on the Switch too.
Oh, does it really?
It does. So you can utilize mouse control, which I didn't actually do, but you can do it.
Okay.
So, and then I played Mario Kart World, of course, and I played a whole bunch of Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh.
Went back to Tears of the Kingdom. I think I talked about this on last week's show. Like I utilized the second save slot of the Nintendo Switch 2 edition and replayed the opening area of Tears of the Kingdom, which turns out I didn't remember a whole lot of the nitty gritty details of. But really enjoyed that. And then I loaded up my old save where I was at Luralind Village, which is the one that you liberate from pirates. Because of course that's where I was.
No.
Pirate Village.
It's a very CJ thing to do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I had liberated it, but had not started rebuilding. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit here and rebuild this village. And that's exactly what I did. And the that was a lot of fun to do. And after that, I loaded up the Nintendo Switch app for the phone and loaded up the Zelda Notes application.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've used this very much.
No, not at all.
But for someone like me who I played Tears of the Kingdom 2 years ago, got to the end, put down a fast travel point at the very end, and then left to like do other things, and then subsequently dropped the game and never came back to it. So now that I'm going back to Tears of the Kingdom, I loaded up the little GPS thing that it's got, and you can customize like what sorts of spots on the map you want it to show you, like caves or shrines or specific items that you need. And you can then have it guide you via voice to that location and via like a second screen. And actually it works really, really well. So I started using that to do shrines. And then I got to a stable that I had not been to in my playthrough before. And while I was at the stable, there was a side quest like, oh, well, there are 3 monsters in these caves near the area. And they're like scaring all of the tourists away or something like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm not worried about progress. I've already done all the dungeons in this game. Like I'm at the final boss. I'm just gonna tootle around and do whatever. And so I used the GPS to show me where those cave entrances were. Went in and defeated all of those monsters. Went back to the stable and got like some cool rewards for that. And the cool thing about the Zelda GPS is it has these little notes from Princess Zelda. They're voice notes.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know if you remember that from the presentation on April 2nd.
No.
But while you're being guided to these caves or shrines or whatever, if you run across an area where a Zelda note is, Zelda will just start talking. Your cell phone will like do a little jingle, and then Zelda will start talking. And it was the lake that's shaped like a heart that I like ran past, and she like gives a little more color in the lore about that heart-shaped pond.
Oh,
and what is it? The animal that is by this stable that I was just at, the Dons. They're like this strange-looking animal. There's like a sanctuary that somebody's tending to, and Princess Zelda discovered these animals initially in history. And so there was a voice note there too. And I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. So I'm like playing basically with the Nintendo Switch smartphone app open, using the GPS thing, and actually kind of getting a lot out of it. It's kind of nice. And it's a good podcast game. Because while you're playing a podcast, so I have like my AirPods in my ears, and I've got the Zelda Notes thing going and a podcast going. And
so wait, does this have to be a podcast that you're listening to, or one that's just background noise?
I'm actually listening to it. It's not background noise.
I see.
No. And then the Zelda Notes or the GPS will go over it, so it doesn't disturb my podcast listening. It'll say, Continue west.
Oh, it pauses the podcast?
No, it doesn't pause the podcast.
Oh, okay. It should.
It ducks it a little bit, reduces the volume. But yeah, I'm having a ton of fun getting back to Tears of the Kingdom and really, really enjoying that. I made a little cart of doom and attached like a bunch of lasers and fire emitters to it, and just like destroyed all the enemies that came up to challenge me. It was great. Great fun. So yeah, I'm having a blast with Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm looking at right now in our chat. One Bill Mudron has asked if we have seen a game for Switch.
Yes.
Called Squeak Cross.
Squeak Cross.
Home Squeak Home.
Yes.
Which I had not seen before.
Oh, you hadn't?
I'm pretty sure I
did you mention this game? A long time ago in our Slack.
Oh, okay.
This was well before it was released.
Okay. It was
but now it's released
on June 7th.
Yeah.
And it is a Picross game where it looks like you solve Picross puzzles that become furniture for a little mouse's home.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
It's adorbs.
I gotta buy this now.
Totes adorbs.
Thanks,
Totes
Bill.
Adorbs.
$15.
$15.
Yeah. I might pick this up too.
I'm gonna make little here's a little postage stamp that you can hang on your little mousy wall. As you sleep in your little Matchbox house.
This seems like a very Phil game.
Except it doesn't look like you're actually doing oh, he has a little spool of thread for a kitchen table. It just looks like he has a little couch inside a mouse cage.
Human stuff.
Yeah.
You're thinking of miniature human items that could be used as mouse furniture.
Absolutely.
This is human furniture that has been shrunk down to mouse size.
He's sitting on a little button. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
This looks cute though.
It does. Okay. Also played a little bit of FBC Firebreak. This is from Remedy. It's the multiplayer game in the Control universe. And
right. Okay.
Played a little bit with
FBC stand for?
Federal Bureau of Control.
Okay.
Is the FBC. Yeah. So it's a sort of spin-off from Control, and
I thought it stood for the Fancy Boy Committee.
No.
Which I would have been more interested in.
I see.
Committee full of fancy boys.
But it's a multiplayer shooter. It's supposed to be a little bit Left 4 Dead-ish in its presentation, where you team up with a group of 3 and go in there and deal with zombies. And one of the missions is you have to destroy Post-it notes that have taken over the Federal Bureau of Control, and there's like a boss that's just all Post-it notes. And as you go through the level, Post-it notes get stuck to your face as well, and you have to go into a shower, like a clean shower, or shoot a sprinkler in the office building and get the water to wipe them off of you. So it's a little weird is what I'm trying to say.
Situation?
It's what?
If I got a Post-it note on my face, I'd probably just
brush it off
instead of douse myself with water.
But that's not wacky enough.
It seems like the least effective way to remove a Post-it note from my skin.
So we did that mission, and it was destroy something like 30,000 Post-it notes. And part of that is you turn on the sprinkler system and douse it with water and get rid of them that way. And I was having fun. Our good friend Mike was not really having fun playing this. It's a very strange setup, and I liked it for the fact that it was not using just conventional shooter mechanics only. There were some interesting twists to it, but it's in the Control universe, and you have to kind of get that it's a weird take on a team-based multiplayer game, and also you got to be digging what it's dealing out, and I don't think he was. And yeah, and the Post-it note mission was a little bit tedious, let's say. So we stopped playing that, and we played instead the Jump Ship demo, which is another Steam Next Fest demo that's still live.
Oh, interesting.
So, I know.
What an odd.
I didn't even know they could do that.
I didn't know that either. It's up to the developers to decide what they'd like to do. So, and Jump Ship is very cool. It's a Sea of Thieves in space type thing as well. And that was
Sea of Thieves in space.
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of that going around. I'm very excited now that people are actually taking the sort of tools, not rules take.
I don't know what that means.
No.
With Sea of Thieves, where it's a pirate game, they give you a bunch of items, and you do what you like with those tools.
Isn't that what we used to call emergent gameplay?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Emergent gameplay.
Is it Visceral?
It's the same thing. It's not Visceral. No.
Visceral closed down. EA closed them down.
Yeah. EA. Dead Space. No more. Unfortunately. Anyway, that's what I've been playing. So, Greg, you have nothing written down on the outline.
Yeah,
sir.
and I haven't really played much. This past week has been super busy, and this coming week is going to be super busy because we're into the last week of school, and I have one kid who's actually graduating high school this year, so lots of events happening along with lots of sporting seasons crisscrossing. And so no, I haven't played much. I've been using my Switch 2 a lot, but I'm using it to play Picross. That's like
well,
all
it sounds
I've
like you've been playing
for.
something.
Yeah. But I mean, there's nothing more to say about it. It's Picross.
Yeah, it's great.
Although I will say what I have also I set up this week, well, actually really today, is iRacing again, because I'm going to be joining with a couple of our listeners, Wanster and Wolf Hunter, hacker aliases, to run 6 hours at Watkins Glen this coming Saturday. That is going to be streamed. CJ, I'll try to get you to put that in the show notes on Twitch TV/Wansters.
Okay.
Be starting at 9 a.m. Eastern this Saturday for 6 hours.
That's too early.
The three of us are going to be switching off, and we're going to try to be streaming it. We're going to set up some cameras. Hopefully, we'll get that all working, and you should come hang out.
Cool.
And watch us run, hopefully, very consistently. Not necessarily super fast, but our aim is to just finish the race. So,
I have one memory of iRacing.
Yeah,
from PAX East.
Oh wow, I'd forgotten about that.
Remember this at the
I do now,
booth?
yeah.
You wanted to demo it, and I was like, "Well, I'll come with you." And so we were in a race together.
Yep. You wrecked me, didn't you? Wasn't that what happened?
Immediately wrecked everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
And ended up winning the race. And I think did I give you the shirt?
Yes, you did.
I gave you the shirt because I was like, I don't need the shirt.
I think I still have that shirt, but
I wrecked everybody in the race.
Immediately.
I love it. It's so good.
Like, I'm not with him. I don't know him.
I don't know that guy.
That was the PAX that they unveiled. Not unveiled, but it was, I think, one of the first playable demos of the original Last of Us.
Yeah, we waited 2 hours.
We waited in line for that. Yeah.
Like 2.5 hours in line to play. Yep. That was when I vowed I'm never waiting in line to play another video game demo again.
Yeah.
My problem with that was I was really looking forward to The Last of Us, and we played it, and I died a bunch. And I was like, I hate this. And that's when I realized I really can't get a good feel off of playing games at like shows and things like that. Like I just don't quite it's not the ideal situation that I want to experience this game in. So
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, anyway, I've been practicing today, and I'll be practicing if all of my game time this week. What little of it there is will be spent practicing for that on Sunday. So you should come watch it. I mean, not necessarily you guys. I'm talking to the listeners. You guys can too, but talking to the listeners, you should come hang out and watch us. Like I said, hopefully race safely and consistently, and finish the race. That's all we're aiming for.
Well, you won't have me playing, so I won't wreck you.
That's true.
So it'll be fine. Escape bonus will not be there.
A well-earned nickname.
As anyone can see who's played Mario Kart with me recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's really it. Yeah. Like I said, I just haven't spent a lot of time playing games this week.
All right. I guess that means it's time to venture on to bluer skies.
I wanna fly sky. Let's go together.
Alrighty, let's start with this one from hacker alias Ice Cap Zone, who says, "Do you think Rock Band will ever make a comeback? The first Guitar Hero turns 20 this year, by the way."
Oh my goodness.
No.
I'm going to agree with that. No.
Yeah, probably not.
I would love for it to, but no.
I would love for it to also. It kind of, has made a comeback as Fortnite Festival.
Yeah, okay.
Fortnite
that's
Festival
fair.
is the thing. So Epic Games purchased Harmonix.
No.
And then has had them make basically Rock Band, but in Fortnite. And that's the Fortnite Festival. And it's not the same thing. But there are plastic instruments. There's a plastic guitar that you can buy. So if you miss that part of the plastic instrument revolution, you can still partake.
That was kind of what I was getting at. And I guess that I've been proven wrong there. But I can't ever see something like that being released as a standalone product with a bunch of instruments again.
No, I don't think so.
That's just not a thing that's going to happen.
I don't think so. And it's a shame that...
those games were so much fun.
They were a huge amount of fun. I still have a library of like 700 Rock Band tracks.
Yeah,
that's wild.
That
is crazy.
Marooned on my Xbox. That's the only place I can play that game. And I still do play Rock Band every now and again, and love it a whole lot, and wish it was still around. But anyway, it's not. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Super Cambot, who says, wondering if you guys ever watched The Boy and the Heron. Has anime-loving prospector seen it? I just got the Blu-ray /UHD, and I think it's heavy, but very good. Other ALP Ghibli recommendations, welcome.
Wasn't that the one based on an historic... I've heard of this.
I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
It's the most recent Ghibli movie.
Oh, then maybe that's not the one I'm thinking of.
I have not watched it yet. I have it on iTunes. And I just haven't sat down to watch it yet.
You haven't partaken.
I've heard mixed things about it. But I do need to sit down and watch it at some point.
I do as well. I enjoy a good Studio Ghibli movie.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched it. By the way, speaking of anime, the season 2 teaser, trailer for Ranma 1/2 just got released.
I've got to finish watching that.
Yesterday. Season 2 comes out in October. Very excited about that.
Yes, it does.
Very, very excited. I'm hoping the anime series for Ranma has a lot of filler.
Yeah.
In it. I hope they, condense that a little.
It does look like they're going to be doing that.
I would prefer that, please. Yes.
Yeah. Because they're not. Because your original series was what, like 7 seasons?
Something like
that. Yeah, it's not going to be 7 seasons, so they're gonna.
Yeah.
Trim the fat.
Trim the fat and hopefully do an ending.
Yeah.
This time. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias.
Well, now hold on a second.
Wait, what?
We were specifically asked, Super Cambot specifically wants to know what Ghibli movies Anime Lovin' Prospector would recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So I don't see why we can't. Yeah. Oh, hey.
Oh, here he is.
Anime Lovin' Prospector.
Let me just say, I really do enjoy Kiki's delivery service.
Now let me ask you a question, Anime Loving Prospector.
Princess Mononoke is a darn hoot and holler.
What do you think about Kirsten Dunst's performance as
it's not like you asked Kirsten Dunst.
I think she was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's good to hear. It's really good to hear.
I've told that story on this podcast.
Oh,
before,
you definitely
right?
have.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
Where I shook Kirsten Dunst's hand.
Drunkenly accosted her.
She still hasn't washed that hand, I hear.
Haven't washed this hand, as you can see. And said I loved her performance in Kiki's Delivery Service. She's probably like, what film? Like, what was that? Who are you? Mr. 6'3" nerd. And she was there with Tobey Maguire. I was like, whatever, Tobey Maguire. Let me talk to Kirsten Dunst.
Wow, you haven't done any Ghibli dubbing.
True.
Were you all like, I thought you were great in
Pleasantville?
The Wizard.
Pleasantville. Even Tobey Maguire?
Wasn't he? Was he in The Wizard? Wasn't he one of like the little background goons in that movie?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, he was. Pretty sure he was.
But he's also in Pleasantville, which is one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh, right,
Actually,
right.
You know what, Phil? I didn't know that until recently. I just happened to be watching The Wizard. I don't know why I even put it on, but I did. And when they come out of the big competition at the end, when they're chasing the main characters around, he's standing on the left side of the screen, and I said like, "Oh my god, that's Tobey Maguire!"
Right?
I didn't even know he was in this movie.
Nice.
My goodness.
All right. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Space Admiral Ors, who says, given the moderate performance gains over the previous console relative to many other consoles over their predecessors and relatively weak launch software lineup, what are some examples of a major console launch less impressive than that of the Switch 2? The Xbox One?
Xbox Series X.
Series X. 3DO? 3DO multiplayer? Yeah.
I don't know. The 3DO really represented, I couldn't tell you what games were launched on the 3DO, but the 3DO really represented a big leap graphically.
That's true.
At the time.
It did.
It was exciting for that alone.
Although I much preferred the 6 minutes of the Batman animated series.
Well, everybody did.
On the demo disc there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What was the Genesis launch lineup like?
That was like Arnold Palmer, Space Harrier, Super Thunderblade, Ultra Beast, Thunder Force 2. What else? I think those were the main ones.
Really?
Yeah, that wasn't a bad line. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I see.
It's it's funny though, because I don't remember. I'd say probably the Super Nintendo was the first time I remember paying attention to launches.
Oh yeah,
like launch games,
right.
Like launch games, and even then, it was only systems I was interested in. Like the 3DO, was sitting there with the CDI and the Neo Geo, and like all those completely unattainable systems that like 13, 15-year-old me was never going to own, or never going to buy at launch. So I didn't think about it, but like. I'd say the Super Nintendo launch was like the first launch I remember really paying attention to. Mm-hmm. Maybe the Game Boy with Tetris, but it seemed to matter to me more with like the Saturn and PlayStation and N64. That was when I started paying attention to pretty much every system launch.
Yeah.
Last Battle was the other game.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was wrong. It wasn't Arnold Palmer. It was Tommy Lasorda. So Ultra Beast, Space Harrier 2, Last Battle, Super Thunderblade, Thunder Force 2, and Tommy Lasorda Baseball.
Okay.
I see.
That's a pretty good mix. That's not a bad launch.
I think the original 3DS launch, which didn't include Zelda, right? Ocarina of Time came out later. Wasn't that amazing, if I remember.
Actually, I think the original DS launch wasn't that amazing.
I disagree with that, because that had Mario 64 DS, it had the Rub Rabbits, it had a bunch of stuff that was cool, pretty cool.
Yeah.
3DS was like Pilot Wings and Ridge Racer and Street Fighter. Yeah, it was not.
I just remember,
amazing.
I don't know, it felt like Nintendo had to apologize for both of those launches pretty quickly. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, we're sorry this wasn't as good as it should have been. Here's a bunch of free games. So,
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I think Ors makes a really good point in that we're so far past the era of like major upgrades.
Yeah.
On these consoles, horsepower wise, anyway.
Major upgrades, or are we even? Is graphics being impressive? Like graphics prowess really like that big a thing anymore? Is that a driver?
I think it is, but I mean, it's just like we're saying last week about Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World looks incredible.
It does.
But you almost, for me anyway, you almost need to play 8 and World like back to back to really appreciate the improvements. You know what I mean? Like, that's not to say they're not there, and that's not to say the game doesn't look good. It's just like, sort of going back and playing 8. It's like, okay, yeah, this is definitely a step up, but it's not like the old days. You know, like going from the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation 3. You know, like those were huge. Like you played like SSX or Ridge Racer 5 on the PlayStation 2. I mean, they were like light years ahead of anything, well, except for Dreamcast. But same thing with Dreamcast. You know, you turn on the Dreamcast and it's Soul Calibur compared to even like Virtua Fighter 2, which was a great looking game on the Saturn. But I mean, they're not even in the same league. But you don't have leagues like that anymore.
Yes, indeed. Alrighty, let's finish up with this one from hacker alias Egg Fu Young, who said, I'd love to hear CJ's buy journey, but if I get it, if he doesn't want to talk about it publicly. So, knuckle crack. Should we talk about this?
Knuckle crack.
Never really talked about it on the podcast before, but if you looked at my social media like bios, you probably noticed that if you didn't know, I'm bisexual.
Wait, what?
So I know this is going to come as a shock maybe to some people. When
last week,
unaware.
Oh my gosh.
And so this listener wanted to know more about my journey. Well, the interesting part about it is that I've been bi pretty much my whole life. And Phil and Greg both have known that for a long time. In fact, when we started this podcast, I was in a relationship with a guy. So
yeah, I think I've known for at least 25 years.
Oh yeah.
So it's not really new to a lot of people, I suppose. But I was married to a woman for 15 years and in that relationship for 17 years. And it didn't really seem like something I wanted to advertise. I don't know. I don't know if it wasn't that I accepted it as part of myself, but I didn't really talk about it much then. And so I guess now I can go into it. Yeah. Since at least like middle school, junior high, I knew that I had attraction to men and women, both. And I'm going to pull out the Robin Oakes quote that often it's a definition of bisexual that I like. But we'll talk about this. So the Robin Oakes quote, I call myself bisexual because I acknowledge that I have in myself the potential to be attracted romantically and or sexually to people of more than one gender, not necessarily at the same time, in the same way, or to the same degree. And that pretty much describes me. I don't know if you know this, but sexuality is a spectrum, and it can be fluid. And maybe you've heard of the Kinsey scale. 1948, Dr. Kinsey made this scale of sexuality and between being heterosexual and homosexual. And so on the Kinsey scale, if you look that up, I'm at 2 on the Kinsey scale, and that is predominantly heterosexual, but more than incidentally homosexual behavior or attraction. So that is where I am. So have other people known? Yes, other people have known. Most people I've dated have known, including my ex. So I told my ex 2 weeks into dating in a long email that I basically like typed up and then sent at 10:30 at night, throwing it out like a Molotov cocktail. Like, if this is going to end our dating, let's just get this out of the way. And she was fine with it. And I have been a monogamous person in most all of my relationships, so I didn't expect any of that to change, and it didn't change. And if you're asking, like, was this a factor in my divorce? No, it was not, because as I mentioned, my wife has known about this for 17 years. Yeah, close friends and coworkers.
Did she finally just look up what it means?
That's terrible.
No.
But very funny.
No.
Wait, what?
I explained it at the time anyway.
I thought he meant like twice a week.
That sounds like heaven. I'm going on twice a decade.
So yeah, initial reactions. Most everybody's been cool about it. My parents had a bad reaction.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
To it when I told them, they were stunned, and it didn't go well.
Your mom was like, "You're going to sit down. We're going to listen to that 2 Live Crew album again."
Crew album again.
Didn't take the first time. Or maybe it took too well. Who knows? Anyway. But yeah, everybody pretty much knows, including my family. And yeah, it's on my social media profile. So anyway, and you may be asking, is this just a stepping stone to coming out as gay? No. I will say
you're taking your sweet time if you are.
I'm taking my sweet time if I am. I'm 48 years old. For Christ's sakes.
I can tell you from experience, CJ, 50 changes a man.
In what way?
Just get more tired.
Mostly going to sleep before 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, I know who I'm attracted to, know what I'm attracted to, which people I want to be intimate with. And no, I'm not gay. So I'll tap the Kinsey scale sign. No. So let's see. I wrote down questions that I may have for myself, which I'm now answering.
Look at you taking this like seriously.
I know. I kind of did take it seriously, right? Yeah. So it wasn't a factor in my divorce at all. No. Let's see. What do women and men think of when you tell them like that you might date? It varies. I think there is a stigma that anyone who's bisexual, in terms of if you're a man and you're bisexual, that you are on the way to being gay and that you'll like cheat or, not be satisfied with a woman, which, that's not the case with me. It's not been true in any of my relationships, really, that because you're bi, you're going to cheat. Didn't happen for me. So, yeah. It's not a stepping stone. And that's been hard because I've been out there again on dating apps, and I think women do see, and it's on my profiles that I'm bi, and I think they probably swipe left. And that's okay, because if they don't want that part of me, then we're not a match, right? If they don't want to know that about me, anyway. So let's see. Are bi men just attracted to everyone? No, I'm not attracted to everyone that I see.
I found that out the hard way.
I mean, if you're straight, if you're a straight male, are you attracted to all women that you see? You want to immediately?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's not true with me.
CJ.
Is it?
Absolutely, 100%.
Not true with me. But I have types of men and women that I'm attracted to, like anybody else, and it's the potential to be attracted. It's not a definite. So anyway, are you sure, like totally sure you're bi? I'm reading my questions from that I did. Are you sure, like totally sure you're bi? Yes, I am. Thank you. Are you dating anyone right now? No, I am single. Do you have 1 million STIs?
Are there 1 million STIs?
What's that? I don't know that there are 1 million. There's a handful. I've never had an STI.
Just a handful.
I've never had an STI. I get tested.
Try it. You might like it.
Talk with my doctor. Maybe one day I'll have one. I don't know.
Never know.
But yeah, after the divorce, and I'm getting back out there. Being tested regularly, and I practice the recommended safe practices, and I've talked with my doctor about all that. I'm vaccinated for stuff, and taking care of my health. It's very important. Do we have to hear about this on the podcast again? Nope. We don't.
That's a question you came up with.
I came up with that question.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. But I did want to share that because a listener asked, and I thought it would be fun in June, the Pride Month in many places, to share that as well. So, do you guys have any questions for me? You want to hit me with any?
Not really, because again, like I don't know.
You've known
but we've both known for so long.
No,
I mean, it's
25 years.
I feel like if I had any questions, I probably asked them 25 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
I think
I'm proud of you for talking about this on air.
I think you shared that aspect of your life with me, CJ.
Mm-hmm.
Just as you were leaving Ziff and moving out to Texas to work with New
probably
Type.
right around that point.
I believe I commented about the incredible timing of
leaving San Francisco,
about your bisexuality just as you're leaving San Francisco to move to Texas.
Yeah.
I know, it couldn't have
really
been
good timing on that, CJ.
Yeah. I remember because when you told me over, well, it wasn't email, we were chatting, but it was when you'd moved to Texas is when you told me.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Positive.
I thought it was before.
No.
Okay.
But the reason I remember that is because it was around the same time that my best friend growing up came out to me as well via email. Like it was literally within a week of each other. Like, and with him, it was out of the blue. Like, I had no idea with you either, but it's just like, it wasn't even a conversation we were having. Like, I don't even know. He just felt now was the time to tell me.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at Bill Mudron's,
let's go ahead and bring that up.
Later, he said it was because he trusted me with that information. So, but anyway, you guys came out around the same time for me.
I see.
Still saying, I just realized what a sex buffet the MCU movies could be if you're bi.
True.
It is true.
Yeah. So there you have it.
There we go. Someone else asked if I'm still with my wife.
Who you?
I mean, we've been recording for about an hour and a half, so I haven't talked to her in that length of time. So hopefully we were as of an hour and a half ago.
We're all surprised daily by that.
I mean, maybe she grabbed the kid and bolted.
Could be.
While I've been locked in my office here, so it'll be a fun surprise when we stop recording.
There you go.
We'll find out. CJ,
yeah,
it was very, very nice of you to share with everyone. Thank you for being so open.
No problem. I don't expect to talk about this on the podcast again, but who knows?
Well, I think we need to cram in a bi-minute with our Star Trek minute.
Jesus.
There you go. I'm going to my first Pride next week. Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
I've been to a Pride parade before in Atlanta a bunch of times, but never like as a single person who's more out.
I don't know if you want to go into it here, but like in Seattle here or
no, Olympia.
Oh, okay.
Which is near to where I am. So
right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. Anyway, you don't have to hear any more about that on the podcast if you don't want to, or if anyone has any questions, they can always message me if they want. Anyway, I guess that's our show.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitter. Well, not Twitter. Now Blue Sky. Down to social media. There we go. Blue Sky or I guess Threads. Is anyone still on Threads? Probably not.
I can't imagine.
I've noticed a lot of people are going back to Twitter.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like Blue Sky has been great for gaming stuff. I think it's been good, but I've noticed a lot of people like slinking back to X, and it's like, I don't want to go back there.
No thanks.
Not going to be doing that. Anyway, we also have an internet website at playeronepodcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward. You'll find Generation 16 episodes there as they happen. You'll find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about during this episode. And you will find a link to our Discord server. We can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting playeronepodcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on, the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch, .televisions. Just follow our Blue Sky account to find out when we are doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 specific time. So join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. Because I don't know. I don't know what we'll use it for.
Something.
I mean, like something, stupid or silly.
something stupid.
Frivolous.
Why not both?
We can't hear you, CJ. You're muted. Oh my gosh.
Buy me a new unmute button.
Yeah, I clearly need a new mute button as well, because I screamed it was bedtime in the middle of the show. So
mine, I will perfectly.
Oh, there you go.
As you can tell.
I can tell that.
Also, if I say it'll get censored.
That's not true. You have to hit the button.
Well, I know, but I can just press that whenever I want.
That's true.
You dumb.
Holy.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, what was I saying? We'll use your money.
We'll use your money.
We'll use your money
for things
to keep the show going and streaming, and you know how it goes. And I'll tell you what, friendos, if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain access to a special weekly bonus episode. We record it right after this, where we play games, crack wise, having fun, doing all the stuff we can't do on our regular show. CJ, do we have a game for this week?
Phil, it's been a while. But we do have a listener. Really? A listener sent in a quiz. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Do. What is it?
I don't know.
Is it
what it is?
You don't know?
I looked at the email and was like, all right, we have 2 quizzes to choose from, so we definitely have one, and then didn't read any further. So we do have a quiz. I'm just not sure which one it is.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Is it going to be great? Or is it going to be a big old... We'll find out. After this.
Or a couple years from now, if you're not a $5 subscriber.
That's also true.
Or 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. When CJ puts it up on the weekly feed.
Yeah.
Of our old after shows. And I'll tell you what, though. If you have a couple bucks left over, why don't you go to Generation? No, don't go to Generation. No. Go to patreon.com/Greg Seward to support Greg's outstanding and his outstanding web series about North America's favorite honor, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Phil. And if you are a supporter of the $3 variety,
that's so cheap.
It is so cheap. Hey, Satan.
Hi, Greg. How are you?
Hey, you know what? I finished watching Andor this week.
Yeah?
The whole series. Have you watched it?
That's a great show.
It's really good.
Really great. Would have been so much better if everyone had lightsabers, though, and they were wow.
Yeah, where the heck are all the Jedi?
All the Jedi?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That show needs more Jedi.
That's what I'm
Where's
saying.
Ahsoka Tano during all this?
Right?
There was at least one scene with a Jedi.
What's R2-D2 up to during all this? I need him.
I don't know.
Or at least someone who's
B2 emo though.
Talking about the Force, right? Because
They do talk
Andor
about
has
the
that
Force a little bit.
whole thing where the person comes up to him and is like, "Oh, who are you? What are you doing here?"
Andor's
Crazy
midichlorian
religious zealot. God, the military. Anyway, you get early access to every new video that comes out. Please consider going and supporting me. It pays for things like software licenses, mostly for the editing software that I use.
Important.
And, every dollar helps. So please consider doing so. Thank you so much.
Andor's so good though, right, Greg?
I could not stop watching.
I told you.
Especially halfway into season 2, it was just like relentless and amazing.
Yep.
It's so good. I think you said this before, but I'm going to echo it. My favorite Star Wars thing in ever.
It's
for a long time.
I feel a little weird saying it's better than Empire, but it's better than Empire.
Pretty friggin'
Definitely
good.
It's the best Star Wars.
Yeah.
And we're never going to get Star Wars like that again.
No, we are not.
It's going to be. We have some Ahsoka season 2, everybody.
I never watched that either. I was going
Mandalorian and Grogu, everybody.
Big fan of Rosario Dawson, and I never watched a single episode of Ahsoka.
It sucks, Greg.
Yeah, I've heard.
It sucks. And
well, now you can't watch it because you've already seen the best Star Wars thing, and everything else is going to pale in comparison.
And I liked Ahsoka as a character, like the Clone Wars cartoon. I dug the cartoon.
I liked her in Mandalorian. I never saw the cartoon, but I liked her in Mandalorian.
It's so bad.
You know, Mandalorian started out good.
Mandalorian season 1 was good. Season 2 was still pretty good.
And then season I didn't watch anymore.
Ooh. Oh, has there been a season 3? I didn't
Mandalorian season 3 is not good. Yeah. That Obi-Wan show, not good.
That was awful.
That Boba Fett show.
That was the only good thing of the Boba Fett show was the Mandalorian episodes.
That is true. And the Ahsoka Tano show, bad times.
Andor, fantastic.
Andor, masterpiece. So good.
Truly.
Did you see this? Did you see my little thing I 3D printed?
What?
Right?
I love that.
This is the longest outro ever.
It's Vibri. it's Vibri from VibRibbon.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Oh, that's great.
This thing's like 8 inches tall, maybe.
That's cool.
It's adorable. I love it so much.
Adorable. Yeah. I love that.
3D printer, man. Paying for itself.
3D printer, man.
Look at that. Oh, I'm going to just sew it to my shirt and have it live with me. Down there, my dear. There she is. Okay. That's it. CJ.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil.
Whoa.
That was weird.
Your voice did a little something there.
Yeah.
What did it do?
I don't know.
That kind of weird and roboty for a second.
Oh.
Guess we need a new mic to go with your new mute button.
Okay, I'll say it again. Thank you, Phil.
That better. See, that worked.
Better? Okay.
That worked, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot. Ever see that Ben Stiller show?
Oh, God.
Beverly Hills 90.
God. Wow.
Bob Odenkirk.
I've always loved Bob Odenkirk. Good Lord.
That's such a great robot. Such a great series of sketches.
Man.
Good time.
That show is seeped in the 90s, by the way. It doesn't.
The Ben Stiller show?
Yeah, the Ben Stiller show doesn't all hold up these days.
No.
Because it's so 90s specific, but there are definitely bits that hold up.
There are bits that are hilarious.
That is one of them.
That is certainly one of them.
Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
Of course. And as always, a big old thank you to you, our wonderful listeners, every single darn one of you. As always, take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself, though. Don't forget that.
Important. Yes.
Very important. And gosh, I hope to see you next week. I think I speak for my friends here as well. Come on back.
Let's hope.
Toodaloodles.
Later.
Bye.